Well, this afternoon it'll get up to 95 degrees later today. Our thought for today is, I'm so thankful it's not snowing. Imagine shoveling snow in this heat. So we have visitors today from our Legion of Mary groups around the diocese, mostly from Elizabeth Ann Seton, our Lady of Angels, All Saints in Manassas. We welcome all of you who are on their Marian pilgrimage. And Bishop Burbidge has asked us that this year we focus on our Blessed Mother. Last year was the word remember. As you know, we're in a 3-year preparation for the Great Jubilee 50th anniversary of the Diocese of Arlington, which will be next year. The Diocese of Arlington was founded in 1974 when the Pope decided to split the Diocese of Richmond into 2 dioceses. In 1974, the Arlington Diocese was created here in Northern Virginia. And so next year is the 50th anniversary of the establishment of the diocese. So Bishop Burbidge has said that for 3 years we're going to prepare. Last year, the theme was remember, thinking about Jesus' words, do this in remembrance of me. So we look back on our last almost 50 years of history in our diocese, and we thank God for those blessings as we remember the establishment of the diocese and the growth of this diocese these past years. Next year, the theme will be renew, because we want to renew our commitment to Christ during this time as we prepare for the special Jubilee year. Now this year, the theme is rejoice, and we focus on our Blessed Mother. And the bishop has encouraged us to visit the other churches in our diocese named after our Blessed Mother. And there's 11 of them. And let me just mention them and highlight 1 or 2 things about them. The oldest one in our diocese is the Basilica of St. Mary's in Old Town Alexandria, established way back in 1795. It is our only minor basilica in the Diocese of Arlington. So what a beautiful place to visit that church. And you can go to the Daughters of St. Paul. The bookstore is right there in Old Town Alexandria. Of course, wonderful restaurants down there as well. Then Our Lady of Angels in Woodbridge, one of the largest parishes in the diocese, and it's right down the street in Woodbridge. Then Our Lady of the Blue Ridge, way out in Madison near Charlottesville, lovely little brick church, and it's over near, again, one of the entrances to Skyline Drive. Then if you go up to Vienna, you can visit Our Lady of Good Counsel. That's such a beautiful title of Our Lady. Since the 15th century, Our Lady has been honored under that title of Our Lady of Good Counsel. There's a shrine 30 miles outside of Rome that people will go to and pray before the image of Our Lady, asking for guidance and wisdom in their life decisions. Our Lady of Good Counsel. So that's up in Vienna. That's run by the Oblates of St. Francis de Sales. Then if you go to Potomac Falls, visit the beautiful Church of Our Lady of Hope in Potomac Falls. And this was established about 20 years ago, and it was named after the apparition of Our Lady in Pont-Main, France, where Our Lady appeared to 4 children in the year 1871. It's a beautiful shrine in France, and the church in Potomac Falls, Our Lady of Hope, really resembles the church you would go see in France. Our Lady of Hope, such a beautiful title of Our Lady, because there's so much discouragement and despair in the world today that we need Our Lady of Hope. And by the way, right down the street from that church is Topgolf. It's a great place to take some Topgolf. The next is Our Lady of Lourdes in Crystal City in Arlington. Again, a beautiful church. It's founded in 1946, named after the apparitions of Our Lady to Saint Bernadette. Then out in Luray, near Luray Caverns and Skyline Drive, is Our Lady of the Valley. What a beautiful title for Our Lady. And that was established way back in 1954. That beautiful little parish that is only a handful of families live there year-round, but during the summer, with all the visitors, it again is such a beautiful church to visit. And the last couple are Our Lady Queen of Peace in Arlington, that was founded in 1945 as an African-American parish, and it's known especially for its charitable works and their taking care of the needy in that area. Then Queen of Apostles is in Alexandria on Sano Street. Queen of Apostles is a beautiful church built by my first pastor, Monsignor Hannon. And when you go in there, there's 12 large statues of the apostles above the main altar. And then Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception, St. Mary's in Fredericksburg. And that parish was founded way back in 1858. And it's one of the oldest and largest parishes in the diocese, and over near the battlefields as well. And then, of course, St. Mary of Sorrows. Our parish was founded in 1858 by the Irish railroad workers working down here at Fairfax Station. They built the historic church, and then in the 1970s, the worship center was built, and then in 2020, our beautiful church here of St. Mary of Sorrows. So after Mass, there'll be the Rosary, and then after that, I'll give a talk to whoever would like to stay about the architectural beauty of the church and describing some of the symbols and the stained glass windows. So that'll be after Mass today. And then after that, we'll head over to the historic church so you can see the historic church and cemetery. And our local historian, John Murphy, will be there to give a talk about the history of St. Mary's Historic Church and its connection with Clara Barton and the Civil War. So that'll be after we have our rosary, then a little talk here, walk around the church, and then we'll head over to the historic church. So it's great that you're here on pilgrimage, and I encourage you during this Marian year to make pilgrimages to those other 11 churches in our diocese and receive all the graces that God wants to give us during this special year as we prepare for our 50th anniversary of our diocese next year.